Paul and Mason, the two of you take that body upstairs and toss it in the bathtub before it makes any more of a mess. Fill the bathtub up with some water. One of you go get some ice.
Lawry, where are we supposed to get ice?
You think the people who live here don't have arcane ice boxes, Paul? Go to his kitchen.
All right, jeez.
Elvis, you stay here and clean up the blood on the floor. They said they have a mugger, but they never catch the guy. At best, I want them to think a Pinball City class mugging took place here. And at worst, I want it to be a red herring that keeps them busy until we're out of town.
I guess I'll get some vinegar.
Tony, most clothes are treated with a variety of different chemicals. Bromides, formaldehyde, dyes, all kinds of stuff. Rummage around this guy's cabinet for a bit and see if I can find anything like that.
Well, those cabinets are locked, but the guy had his keys on him, so you let yourself into his workshop and find a bunch of chemicals.
Great. I'm gonna look for a canister of some kind of strong acid. Make a dilution with it and throw it in a few sturdy buckets. That's for the body. Next, I'm gonna whip together a bit of stuff to forge some banknotes.
I guess give me alchemy and forgery.
There and there.
You have a lot of skills.
Yeah, learning how to fight takes up a lot of your brain. This is more useful. I copied the checks that Elvis had. Make sure the numbers are all correct and don't miss anything. Before I start working on that, take the acid buckets up to the bathtub. All right, Paul, Mason, heads or tails? I flip a silver coin.
Heads.
You win. Take your swords and carve the meat off the body. Throw it in the pails. It should dissolve while I'm busy. Paul, heads or tails?
Tails.
You win.
You didn't even flip a coin.
It's because you're the only one with a big hammer, so you're the only player. I want you to take the bones and smash them into little bits. Elvis, do you know how to bake?
No?
You can grow a strawberry bush with magic, but you can't bake a casserole.
How are those two things related?
How often do you need to grow a strawberry bush compared to cooking for yourself as a bachelor?
I get lost in the wilderness surprisingly often.
All right, whatever. Just make some pancakes or something from the flour in this guy's kitchen. Mix the little bits of bone in there so they're hard to spot.
I don't want to make bone pancakes.
Do you know how to make bone French toast?
All right, fine. It just seems a little on the crazy side.
Sane men don't have to hide bodies.
Sane men are the only ones who have to hide bodies. No, wait, actually you were right. I got that backwards. Anyway, I'm gonna go forge some checks. You guys do that stuff I told you.
Well, guys, Elvis can attest that we've killed a lot of people in his campaign, but, this has to be the most oddly meticulous and horrible.
You're welcome. If you like it, I have a few podcast recommendations for you.
No, thank you. You get to your gruesome work while Lawry starts making forged checks.
Oh, God. Oh. Why do I have to do the intestines?
Here, just, put them in the bucket.
I'm gonna throw up.
Guys, the batter's ready. You got those tiny bone shards yet?
Eventually, the body is dissolved into buckets. Lowry's done with the checks, and Elvis has a bunch of horror story pancakes from hell.
Is this really better than Alvarion?
Well, nobody set wild dogs on me. Yet. I'll get back to you. This is definitely getting to an unacceptable level.
What, you guys don't have the stomach for more hardcore crime? I bet Pinball City's underground does this all the time. And they have law degrees.
What a city where even your criminals are overqualified.
Well, the best part about all this is that we're going to throw it away, so you don't have to look at it anymore.
Good. I was thinking while we were up here doing terrible things, it's lucky this guy didn't have a family or anything.
Oh, trust me. They would have been terrible.
Okay, Tony, I go through the man's kitchen cabinets and arcane fridge, empty the liquid out of any jars and pour the buckets of human Slurpee into them, then toss them in the garbage bag. Throw away all this old and moldy food in there, too. Elvis, you toss your pancakes in the bag.
I'm gonna toss mine again.
So we just gonna throw this all in a dumpster and leave it?
I don't like the idea of leaving evidence close to the scene, especially with the cops raising the dead. Let's just take it to the side and toss it over.
If you're gonna do that, why'd I have to make evil pancakes?
Which would you rather explain to people? That you made too many pancakes and had to throw them away, or that you have a garbage bag full of human body parts?
You know, parts of this plan only work because it's too crazy for anyone to guess. I feel like you're not on a line of criminal genius so much as outside the reasoning of any rational person.
I'm throwing away pancakes. Also some old pickles, some old milk, few jars of strawberry slurry or something. Oh no, jam, college jam. Make sure the bathtub is clean. Put on your shoes. Let's go on a garbage run.
When's the last time you saw someone wandering around town with a garbage bag full of pancakes?
I put on that suit that Harry was trying to sell me.
I guess I grabbed something too. I guess I'll try to make an ensemble with what I have. Like, put the leather cuirass over a dress shirt, get some slacks, pick out some nice shoes. I'm battle ready, but also prom ready.
I don't deserve nice clothes. None of us deserve nice clothes.
I deserve nice clothes. You don't know me.
You guys head out the door, dressed in finery, and down you go toward the edge of the city. Most people do give you your space, but you do get a few looks since you're hauling around a random bag of garbage.
Hey, could you guys grab any garbage bags sitting out in the street or anything? Most of it's bound to be full of valuable stuff anyway.
Okay.
And now you guys are hauling around a whole bunch of stolen garbage, which is gross, but technically not stealing, actually.
If I catch anyone in the middle of throwing things away, try and stop them. Hey, what do you got there? Don't throw it away, it's good stuff. Oh, now you got ice cream all over this busted tire. Thanks, buddy.
You guys arrive at the docks, and as luck would have it, Captain Peaches spots you. Oh, Elvis, what are you doing back here? Did you decide to take up Tony on the airship offer?
No, Peaches. We're homeless. But we realize the trash here is really valuable, and all the bugs in it are really pretty, so I'm collecting them.
And why are you down here?
All right, Mason, open up your bag. What do you got?
Looks like old food, a broken pair of calipers, and there's a giant sword about twice as tall as you.
I guess I don't know how this was in the bag, but here it is.
Oh, I know what that is. They call that a horse-chopping sword. In theory, they're meant to be used on cavalry.
How'd it get in the bag?
Ah, I recognize that. It's not a horse-chopping sword. Smithsonian was working on a concept for some of the larger, stronger mercenaries. He called it a three-handed sword, because it takes a person and a half to lift it.
You can call it whatever you want, but in practice they're usually decorative, or just to show off the smith can do it. A spear does the job a lot better.
Can the bag hold other unusually long items? I try to stick one of my regular swords in it.
Your sword pokes through the other end of the bag.
Okay. Guys, we haven't slept in a day, and we've been through a lot. I don't think I know what reality is anymore.
Just throw the big sword over the side. It's obviously worthless.
Oh, hold on there. You can't just toss it over the side like that. We have rules about garbage, and dumping like that is strictly prohibited.
Well, it's a floating city. There's no way you have space for a landfill.
Ha! Shows what you know. The city is hollow. We throw all the trash inside.
You're telling me you built an entire city made of gold and marble on a hollow frame?
It's also built with magic. Most important part of the engineering plans, you know.
Well, we're here at the edge now. Just throw it over.
A man in a suit with a badge comes walking around the corner. He doesn't seem to be in any hurry. He comes to a stop in front of you. Captain Peaches, a pleasure, sir. Are these gentlemen going through your garbage? No, sir. However, we were just having a conversation about the garbage. I see. Well, I've had a few reports of men disturbing the peace and stealing garbage and accosting strangers, so, I see I've reached the end of the trail.
Garbage doesn't accost anything. It's garbage. It's free.
They were just picking out the good bits and discussing throwing the rest over the edge. I see. You were you? And did you throw anything over?
I was gonna throw this sword, unless you want to buy it. It fits in places you wouldn't think it would go.
You know what? I will. I will buy it. I'll buy it for 25 gold.
Really?
That's right. Yeah, really. Hand it over.
Okay.
Now, the ticket for illegal dumping is 25 gold, so we're even. I'll take this somewhere it won't hurt anyone, and all debts are settled. Before you think about throwing anything else overboard, consider taking a visit to the city dump.
Yeah, and I bet we're the only ones in town who can't afford that ticket. How much does it cost to go to the dump? 10 gold? 20 gold?
Just to throw stuff away?
Yes, we're tourists, so it's not paid with our tax money, and I guess it's not free.
Well, I suppose it's only 20 silver.
Still about a week's wages for me.
How do we get to the dump? Actually, hold on, I have a map. I checked the map.
Oh, you got a map. You're lucky. The guy that sells those maps got killed recently by some armed tourists.
Well, my boss gave this to me before he ditched us here. Fleur de Blasio? Maybe you've heard of him.
I have not. You know, after we revived him, he did give us a description. Say, I don't suppose you boys would mind if I had a look at what else you got in those bags,
Man,
would you?
we're gonna be here all day. Did Magic Tony hire you? Because I am gonna give you such a bad review.
Oh, you're gonna tell Magic Tony, are you? They actually do know Tony, sir. He and Elvis are old friends. They went to the North Pole together.
That's right. And I made Tony sleep in the latrine the whole way there. I am Tony's boss. If I give the word, I can make stupid things happen. Stupider things than what Tony would normally ask for. I got more stupid ideas than the stupidest person that you've ever met.
Trying to make me sleep in a latrine would be pretty stupid. I might not do it.
Oh, you don't even begin to know stupid. I will talk Tony into making a law that everyone but you has to sleep in a latrine. Then it'll be your job to enforce that law. I'll say it's a bright new standard for the city, and I'll give you a raise in broad public. And everyone will think that you and me are good friends. Oh, and it'll only get stupider from there.
All right. I deal with a lot of stupid, but that is more stupid than I'm ready to deal with for now. Let's steer clear of each other and, you have a nice day. He leaves.
And how about you, Peaches? Can I make some changes to the dock operations and then throw you a parade? Because I will.
Oh, no. No. Peaches shuffles away.
Okay, let's just throw that stuff over the edge.
Wait a minute.
For what? We're basically home free.
I know I sounded sure, but I actually have, no control over Tony. That lie has legs for tonight and probably no further.
Well, then, now's a good time to break the law a little further.
No, because that's when they ask Tony if it's okay, and he'll just defer responsibility to the cop that hates us. Let's not cross that line, and let's not give the cop any reason to ask.
Hey, since we're having this conversation about stuff we shouldn't do, can we go back and not kill the haberdasher?
Sorry, bud, that ship has sailed.
Yeah, but I really want it not to be.
Just check the map and see where the dump access is. It can't be that much trouble.
All right, fine. Check the map.
There's only one access zone in the center of the city.
There's only one? It feels fitting the city should be centered around garbage. All right, let's go.
You guys make your way from the edge of town to the center of town, carrying along your garbage bags full of who knows what kinds of things, and things people wouldn't want to know about. It could be more swords or a partially eaten gourmet meal. In fact, Mason, you feel something squirming in your bag.
I slammed the bag down on the sidewalk until it stops moving.
Whatever's in there starts thrashing around the first time you hit the sidewalk, but stops moving entirely a few swings in.
I am not having this today.
I think I saw that bag come from outside a pet store.
What, did they just throw away cute little bunny rabbits at the pet store? Is that what you're implying?
I wouldn't put it past Pinball City. Everybody here is a perfection-obsessed nut. Though in fairness, it was probably more like an endangered animal.
Well, then I saved it from this cruel world that we're living in. Come on, let's go to the trash.
You guys get to the town center and find it's like a large park. They got trees and carefully cultivated topiaries. In the very middle, there's a small hutch. Outside, there's a sign that says, "Elevator. Goes to anywhere."
Is this the dump?
Is it?
The map says, "Dump, beach, and others."
I guess we get to the dump and the beach from here.
Do they dump garbage on the beach? I thought we were in the middle of the ocean.
I don't know, Mason. It doesn't say on the map.
I knock on the door and then let myself in. Hello? We here with garbage?
There's a guy in a bellhop uniform sitting in a folding chair. It looks like a particularly spacious elevator. The only other thing in the room is a panel with a complex variety of buttons, knobs, and flywheels. The elevator man looks up from his magazine. "Garbage? You mean you're not beach pass holders?"
I hate everything about your society.
The guy looks kind of stunned. He points to himself. "Do I look in charge of our society?"
I don't care. Someone needed to hear that. If someone else comes in here, you tell them I said it.
I hope I don't look like the town crier either, because I'm not in charge of spreading news.
Do you go to the garbage dump or do you not? I don't want to pick apart what strange role you have in this society. I don't care if you go to the beach or if you're the best darn whatever you are in the world. For the best people at everything, you're all the dumbest people I've ever met. Can you do anything useful?
Well, normally yes, but I think it's my lunch break right about now.
I don't see no sandwich, Sparky.
He pulls out a sandwich from under his folding chair.
I don't see no good sandwich. What is that, tuna? That's like half... That's not even sandwich. How much do you get paid anyway? A golden hour? How do you live here, man?
He eats his sandwich very slowly and glares at you.
Hey, that's all right, Elvis. I agree with you. You know, Guy, my friend is telling you something that you and everyone needs to hear. You suck, your city sucks, your vendors suck, the prices suck, the drainage system sucks. Marble can't be drainage. You guys all suck. Come on, Elvis.
You tell the
You're
people
just like the
truth.
marble drains. You're never gonna hold up.
You tell the people the truth and they turn their backs on you.
I want to go home.
I know, Mason. None of us like it here.
I should go back to my family and beg for forgiveness. Offer to be disowned and work as a house cleaner.
Oh, come on, man. Everyone knows not to hire a thief as a house cleaner.
I have made so many poor life choices.
You know what? We're not gonna wait. I go in the elevator and I start flipping knobs and throwing switches. Come on, guys, get in here.
Hey, stop that! You don't know what you're doing!
I know precisely what I'm doing. I'm being very bad or mediocre at operating this elevator.
He tries to shove you out of the way.
I shove him back. Mason, Paul, jump on him.
Hup.
Jump on him, elbow first. Poverty pile driver! Is this a cranberry moment? We are already going to the dump. We can make this work.
No, duvet. This is a non-lethal apprehension. That's the code word. Duvet. Duvet. Non-lethal.
Oh, I am really glad we have a code word for that. This team is going in the right direction finally.
Hey, hey, get off me! Are you guys crazy? Hey, why are you being so crazy? You know we got amazing shrinks here in Pinball City. Why do you gotta be crazy?
We can't afford it. I throw the switch.
You throw a big, obvious-looking switch. The doors close and the elevator hums to life. It sounds like it's charging up or something. Hey, where are you sending us?
I don't know. If only the guy who ran the elevator wasn't on lunch break, we could avoid this. How much does the elevator cost anyway? There has to be a price to dump garbage too, right? 20 silver. Paul, eat his lunch. No lunch break for you.
I steal his sandwich and I eat it right in front of him.
It is the best sandwich you have ever eaten. You're pretty sure it's not tuna. It tastes like a slice of heaven.
Oh God, it's so good. I start crying.
The elevator lurches, the bell dings, and the door slides open. You're suspended over a pit of magma in what appears to be an underground cave. The heat is excruciating and fills the room.
We're in the what?
Hey, get out of the way! Get out of the way! You guys aren't trained to operate an elevator.
I stand aside and then kick the guy out the elevator door.
Ah! He sinks and is gone.
Okay, guys, quick. We're at the dump. This is the dump. Throw away the trash.
I toss the garbage bags.
Down they go. Whoosh! No more evidence.
Okay, close the door, throw a bunch more nozzles and switches, then pull the big lever.
The elevator revs up again. Ding! The door opens up, and you're looking out into a horrifying ethereal landscape. Tormented forms are swirling in the air.
Okay, that's wrong. Close the doors again, flip a few more switches.
You go to close the doors, but then a spectral hand reaches in and holds them open. A figure steps in. It begins to materialize. You recognize the face of the elevator guy. Jeez, you guys are really and totally lost. It's a lucky thing you wound up here. Now move aside.
What are you doing? Get back in the volcano where you belong.
Are you dead?
Oh, right, yeah. I forget this is your guy's first ghost. You know, you could at least have the decency to rattle some chains and try to do a good haunting. At least make the room colder.
He kind of stands inside of Elvis and then starts flipping switches and pressing buttons. He yanks down on the level, and the elevator powers up. Ding! The doors slide open, and you guys are positioned over a dark room, horizontally. Gravity pulls you down, and you fall out of the elevator into a heap of something which gives way beneath you, and you start rolling down in. If you want to visit the dump so bad, here you go! Behind you, you guys hear a vroom, 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 and then nothing. You roll the rest of the way down the hill and come to a stop, covered in stuff that feels greasy, having been jabbed by several pokey things, and it feels like you got bits of paper stuck all over you. Can anyone see in darkness?
My mother's shield can emit a soft light in darkness.
Then your shield lights up, and there's nothing but trash as far as you can see. You can't find the ceiling or walls.
Well, it looks like we made it to the dump.